Hello, everybody. Tony T here from Tony'sPicks.com with our college football pick show, week 3, part 3. We'll have 13 games from Saturday. If you're looking for my best bets, though, check out my premium plays. Click the link in the description and get on over to Tony'sPicks.com. All right, let's get this one started. All right, we start here with Nevada and Minnesota. College football pick here for Saturday. Nevada is 1-1 after their 20-17 home defeat to Georgia Southern. Wolfpack rolled up the yardage here, 498 yards, 227 rushing for 5 yards a carry. They held the Eagles to 285 yards, 243 through the air on 37 attempts. Brendan Lewis, 23 of 35 passing for 271 yards with a touchdown. He rushed for 97 yards and a touchdown. Minnesota 1-1 after their 48-0 home win to FCS Rhode Island. They opened with a 19-17 home defeat to North Carolina. 3 missed field goals were costly. The team gained only 244 yards in that defeat, 79 yards rushing for under 3 yards a carry. Defensively, they limited the Tar Heels to 252 yards, 105 passing on 23 attempts. Max Brosmer, 13 of 21 passing for 166 yards, 7.9 yards per pass attempt. He did have a big game in that to win against that FCS opponent last week. But Nevada's really played a tough schedule early. They're getting 5.1 yards a carry on the ground with accurate passing. The Golden Gophers are having trouble getting their run game going, 2.7 yards a carry. Lewis is a dual threat quarterback who can gobble up that yardage here on the ground. We'll take Nevada plus 17.5. Notre Dame and Purdue college football pick. This one is on Saturday. Notre Dame fell to 1-1, a 16-14 home defeat to Northern Illinois. Fine Irish produced 286 yards, 123 rushing for over 4 yards a carry. Defensively, they allowed 388 yards to the Huskies with 190 rushing for over 4 yards a carry. Riley Leonard, 20 of 32 passing, 163 yards, 2 interceptions. Purdue, they're 1-0 after a 49-0 home win to FCS Indiana State. Purdue went 4-8 last year for head coach Ryan Walters. They returned 8 starters on offense, 6 to the defense. They put up 24 points a game last season, but allowed 30. The Boilermakers rushed for only 4.4 yards a carry, but were ineffective in the passing game. Defensively, they limited opponents to 3.9 yards per carry, 54% completion rate. Purdue lost, of course, their top players from offense and defense to the transfer portal. Hudson Card returns under center right now for the Purdue. Last year, he completed 59% of his passes, but not much downfield here. Just 6.5 yards per pass attempt with 5 rushing touchdowns. Notre Dame passing under Riley Leonard has been inefficient, just 5.3 yards per pass attempt. The Boilermakers defend well. Last year looked good in their opener against an FCS. We'll take Purdue plus the 10. App State and East Carolina. College football pick here we go for Saturday. App State fell to 1-1 after their 66-10 road defeat to Clemson. Mountaineers rushed for 149 yards for under 5 yards a carry. On defense, they allowed 682 yards to the Tigers with 460 passing yards on 39 attempts. Joey Aguilar hit on 18 of 41 passes for 214 yards and a touchdown. East Carolina 2-0 after their 20-14 road win at Old Dominion. The Pirates gained 466 yards in the game, 183 rushing for over 5 yards a carry. On defense, they held the Monarchs to 287 yards, 192 passing on 34 attempts. Jake Garcia, 25 of 38 passing for 283 yards and 4 interceptions. He has 7 picks on the year in 2 games with the lost fumble. App State lost half of their starters this year. The Pirates are showing good offensive numbers in their passing game. Their run defense has been outstanding by allowing 1.6 yards per run. Pass defense limits foes to 5 yards per pass attempt. We'll take East Carolina here plus 2.5. Troy and Iowa college football pick. This one here for Saturday. Troy 0-2 after their 38-17 road defeat to Memphis. Trojans put up 251 yards, 101 rushing for 3 yards a carry. Defensively, they surrendered 372 yards to the Tigers with 211 rushing yards for 7 yards a carry. Goose Crowder, 5 of 7 passing for 37 yards. He injured his shoulder and expected to be available in this one. Iowa 1-1 after their 20-19 home defeat to Iowa State. The Blue a 13-0 lead at the half. They gained 303 offensive yards, 204 rushing Defensively, they allowed 361 yards to the Cyclones, 272 through the air on 36 attempts. Cade McNamara, just 13 of 29 passing for 99 yards and 2 interceptions. Troy rushing for 4.2 yards a carry and getting accurate quarterback play. Iowa is getting inefficient play at quarterback with poor accuracy, just 5.8 yards per pass attempt. The Trojans 11-2 the spread on the road. We'll take Troy here at plus 22.5. UAB and Arkansas college football pick. This one here on Saturday. UAB fell to 1-1 after the 32-6 road defeat to UL Monroe. The Blazers, put up 255 yards, 92 rushing for under 3 yards a carry. They allowed 296 yards to the Warhawks with 209 rushing for over 4 yards a carry. The Blazers had a -3 turnover margin. Jacob Zeno, 22 of 32 for 167 yards and 2 interceptions. Arkansas fell to 1-1 with their 39-31 road defeat to Oklahoma State. In overtime, Razorbacks produced 638 yards, 232 rushing yards for nearly 5 yards per rush. Defensively, they limited the Cowboys' ground attack but surrendered 326 yards passing on 48 attempts. Taylon Green, 26 of 45 passing for 416 yards with a touchdown and interception. He rushed for 61 yards. UAB offense is struggling with only 2.6 yards per rush, passing for only 5.2 yards per pass attempt, facing weak competition. Arkansas is holding opponents to 1.3 yards on the ground, just 6.3 yards per pass attempt. Play will be UAB and Arkansas under 60.5. Utah and Utah State college football pick Saturday. Utah 2-0 after their 23-12 home win to Baylor. Utes gained 292 yards in the game, 170 rushing, 4.5 yards a carry. Defensively, they held the Bears to 223 yards, 108 on the ground for under 3 yards a carry. Cam Rising, 8 of 14 passing for 92 yards and 2 touchdowns. He injured his hand. He's questionable in this game. Freshman Isaac Wilson relieved, went 4 of 9 for 30 yards. Utah State sits 1-1 after their 48-0 road defeat to USC. Aggies put up 190 yards, 187 rushing for under 4 yards a carry. Defensively, they gave up 544 yards to the Trojans with 249 rushing yards for over 7 yards a carry. Spencer Petras missed the game due to injury. He's questionable here. Bryson Barnes, 18 of 27 passing for 103 yards and a pick. With a freshman quarterback possibly starting, would expect the Utes to keep it on the ground and play a conservative style. They went scoreless in the second half without rising. Play Utah plus 20. Virginia Tech and Old Dominion college football pick Saturday. All right, we've got here Virginia Tech to 1-1 after the 31-14 home win to Marshall. Hokies gained at 338 yards, 208 rushing for 4 yards a carry. Defensively, they allowed 278 yards to the Thundering Herd with 147 rushing with over 5 yards a carry. Kyron Drones, 14 of 21 passing for 130 yards with a touchdown. Old Dominion fell to 0-2 at 20-14 home defeat to East Carolina. Monarchs put up 287 yards, 95 rushing for under 3 yards a carry. On defense, they gave up 466 yards to the Pirates, 283 passing yards on 38 attempts. Grant Wilson, 20 of 34 passing for 192 yards with a touchdown and interception. Monarchs are defending well by holding foes to 3.3 yards per rush, only 57% completion rate, 6.5 yards per pass attempt. Virginia Tech struggles defending the pass as well, allowing 75% completions, 12 yards per pass attempt. The Hokies have lost 9 of 12 on the road. ODU 7-3 to the spread when underdog of plus 10.5 to plus 21. We'll take Old Dominion here plus 15. UTEP and Liberty college football pick. This one here Saturday. UTEP 0-2 after a 27-24 home defeat to FCS Southern Utah. They opened up at Nebraska, got pounded 40-7. In that game, they put up only 205 yards offensively, 56 rushing for 2.3 yards a carry. On defense, they allowed 507 yards to the Cornhuskers, 284 passing on 36 attempts. Skylar Locklear here, 11 of 17 for 115 yards with a touchdown and pick. His numbers showed much improvement, though, facing that FCS team last week. Liberty 2-0, a 30-24 road win at New Mexico State. Flames produced 473 yards, 217 on the ground, 7 yards at carry. Defensively, they held the Aggies to 285 yards, 127 rushing for 3 yards per run. Caden Salter, 16 of 29 passing for 256 yards. UTEP's getting accurate quarterback play here, 69% completion rate, 8 yards per pass attempt. Liberty giving up big plays in the passing game. They're giving up 8.8 yards per pass attempt. The Miners 5-3 to the spread against Conference USA on the road. Liberty 0-3 to the spread at home when favored between 21.5 and 28. We'll take UTEP here plus 23. UConn and Duke college football pick Saturday. UConn 1-1 after their 63-17 home win at Merrimack. They opened with the 50-7 road defeat at Maryland. In that game, the Huskies put up 310 yards, 88 rushing for nearly 3 yards per run. Defensively, they allowed 629 yards, 381 passing on 37 attempts. Nick Evers, 6-17 passing the loss for 73 yards and a pick. Duke 2-0 after a 26-20 road overtime win at Northwestern. The Blue Devils rushed for 343 yards, 93 rushing for 3.1 yards a carry. Defensively, they limited the Huskies to 288 yards with 156 passing on 35 attempts. Malik Murphy, 24 of 39 passing for 232 yards with 3 touchdowns and a pick. Huskies offense rushed for 2.9 yards a carry, got ineffective work in the passing game. Blue Devils are struggling with the rushing game, but defensively, they are holding foes to 2.2 yards per rush, 4.5 yards per pass attempt. We'll take UConn and Duke under 47.5. FIU and FAU college football pick. This one here Saturday. FIU improved to 1-1 with a 52-16 home win to Central Michigan. Panthers gained 309 yards, 185 on the ground, nearly 6 yards a carry. Defensively, they allowed 368 yards to the Chippewas, 179 rushing, 4.5 yards per rush. Keon Jenkins, 10 of 18 passing, 124 yards, 2 picks. FAU 0-2 with their 24-7 home defeat to Army. The Owls put up 235 yards, 4-2 rushing for 3.2 yards per rush. Defensively, they allowed 449 yards to the Black Knights, 404 rushing yards for over 6.5 yards a carry. Cam Francher, 25 of 37 passing for 193 yards with a touchdown and pick. The Panthers' defense is defending the pass pretty well. The FAU's defensive struggles with their run defense. They're giving up 292 yards rushing per game, 6.1 yards per carry. On offense, they're only running for under 3 yards a carry and average only 5 yards per pass attempt. Of course, only 4 starters are back here on the offense for the Owls. We'll play FIU plus 5. Ole Miss and Wake Forest college football pick. This one here for Saturday. Ole Miss 2-0 after a 52-3 home win in Middle Tennessee State. Rebels produced 655 yards, 258 of it rushing for over 6.5 yards a carry. Defensively, they stuffed the Blue Raiders' run game, allowed 250 passing yards on 40 attempts. Jackson Dart, 25 of 27 passing for 377 yards with a touchdown. Wake Forest 1-1 with their 31-30 home victory to Virginia. Demon Deacons posted a 544 yards, 141 of it rushing for 3.5 yards a carry. On defense, they allowed under 3 yards per rush with 357 yards passing with 43 attempts. Hank Bachmeier, 27 of 42 passing for 403 yards with a touchdown. First major test for the Rebels after facing a small conference FCS and an FCS team. Ole Miss defending well, holding opponents to just 1 yard per run, only 5.3 yards per pass attempt. Wake Forest got good production from their run defense, allowing 3.5 yards a carry. Rebels 5-2 to the under as a favorite, 4-0 to the under, following a win by 17 or greater points. We'll take Ole Miss and Wake Forest under 64.5. Western Kentucky and Middle Tennessee State college football pick. This one here on Saturday. All right, we've got Western Kentucky 1-1 after that 31-0 home win to FCS school Eastern Kentucky. They opened with a 63-0 road defeat at Alabama. Hilltoppers put up only 145 yards in that game, 42 rushing for under 2 yards a carry. Defensively, they gave up 600 yards to the Crimson Tide, 334 of it rushing for nearly 7 yards a carry. TJ Finley, 18 of 31 passing, just 92 yards and 2 picks. He put up a good performance last week at home to their FCS opponent. Middle Tennessee State 1-1 after a 52-3 road defeat at Ole Miss. Blue Raiders put up 278 yards with 28 rushing for just over 1 yard per carry. Defensively, they allowed 655 yards to the Rebels, 397 passing on 31 attempts. Nicholas Vitatio, 21 of 33 passing for 209 yards and a pick. WKU returned only 5 on defense. Their defense allowing 6 yards per rush, 9 yards per pass attempt. But Vitatio is an experienced quarterback who had accuracy last season and averaged 7.2 yards per pass attempt and threw for over 3,000 yards playing Middle Tennessee State plus the 7. Jacksonville State and Eastern Michigan college football pick Saturday. Jacksonville State 0-2 after their 49-14 road defeat at Louisville. Gamecocks produced 290 yards, 130 of it rushing for 4 yards a carry. Defensively, they allowed 610 yards to the Cardinals with 377 passing yards on 35 attempts. Logan Smothers was injured in the first game and missed last week. He's questionable here. Tyler Huff, 17-27 passing for 160 yards with a touchdown and pick. Eastern Michigan fell to 1-1 with a 30-9 road defeat at Washington. Eagles gained 204 yards, 75 of it rushing for 2 yards per carry. Defensively, they allowed 501 yards to the Huskies with 316 yards passing on 29 attempts. Cole Snyder, 16-27 passing for 129 yards. Both defenses have been hammered on the year. The downfield passing game has been better for the Gamecocks with 7.2 yards per pass attempt. The Buffalo transfer Snyder was inefficient the past 2 seasons, with the Bulls played Jacksonville State here at plus the 2. All right, guys, if you're looking for my best plays, my premium picks, click the link in the description at TonySpace.com and get on over and get them. Remember, the promo code TonyT at checkout will knock out 15% off. And if you like more free pick videos, make sure you subscribe to our channel and give us a like to really help us out. I'm Tony T. We'll talk to you later.